Howdy to the Stellar Scaffold team. It's blockchain all career. Introducing Stellar Studio. Deploy and command Stellar tokens, NFTs, and DAOs through conversation. What is the problem? You want to use Stellar? You want to deploy tokens, transfer NFTs, check balance? I hope you know how to write to us. And someone SDK and WASM compilation, Jackson signings, and contract interactions. What if I told you you can do all of those just by talking? The problem right now, Stellar is complicated. You want to deploy tokens, UX Rust, transfer NFTs, learn the XDK, check token balance, write more code, deploy governance or DAO, write more code. Every single blockchain operation shouldn't be complicated. But what if you just ask? The solution. Meet Stellar Studio. Deploy and command Stellar tokens, NFTs, and DAOs through conversation. Just tell it what you want. No worst, no XDK, no code at all. Deploy tokens, deploy NFTs, deploy DAO, transfer NFTs, check balance, mint and bond, cast votes. All through conversations. We currently support about 80 different blockchain operations. You just want to deploy a tokens, you want to transfer a tokens, you want to check your NFT balance, just ask. You want to deploy a DAO? Just ask. This isn't a mock-up. This is real on testnet working right now. And by conversation, here's what I mean. Transactions and interactions in the blockchain begin to look this way. Deploy a token, post tokens. You can just sign with your wallet. Only token address, NFT collection information, and even more. We don't just support read operations. We support write operations too. Let me walk you through the demo so you know how simple this really is. Launch terminal, connect your wallet, connect filter. Once you're connected, you can log in via the interface. For the demo, what can you do? You can deploy a token. You can also post the deployed tokens. You can request for NFT information. You can deploy NFTs to governance and more. So let me walk you through what a typical token deployment and NFT deployment looks like. Token deployments, let's deploy a post token. Token name is Stellar. Timber. Initial supply of S2 Gamma. Okay, submit. Confirm. You can just sign and submit transaction. Confirm. Okay, awesome. You can view this on the Explorer if you want to be on Stellar Expert and see what the token actually looks like. Here's the token ID. You can see our contract is currently deployed. Let's interact with the contract and let's try to buzz the token. Fine. And submit transaction. Confirm on our wallet. Boom. This transaction is successful. Let's confirm this from the hash. Here. Transaction is successful. Look at the time. Process at 1506 UTSC. My time zone is UTSC +5. There's lots more. You can also deploy NFTs. You can interact with NFTs. You can transfer NFTs. You can transfer tokens. If you want to know the operations you can perform. To check all the example tools that you can perform, you can come to the MCP code base at stellar-studio.com/MCP. This will give you all the information of tools you can perform on Stellar Studio. Okay, let's move to NFT deployment. Let's try deploy an NFT, deploy an immutable NFT contract. The collection name of Stellar Studio NFT, symbol of STU NFT, and base URI of that. Okay, sign and submit. Transaction. Confirm. Okay, let's confirm this from the Explorer. You can see this base URI, our studio name, and yeah, we currently deployed our NFT. So we can query this since we have the contract ID, get the NFT information for this. Yeah, that's it, man. Stellar Studio NFT collection and the same. And those want to run this locally and use it on cloud desktop and Cursor and VS Code, we can come to documentation/MCP. See how you can custom do this on Cursor and Cloud Code, and it looks just like this. I already have my MCP set up already. You can follow the instructions on the GitHub repo. I already have my MCP set up already. You can follow the instructions on the GitHub repo, and you can see this Stellar Studio. On our organization repo, you can come to Stellar Studio MCP. You see how this all works better, the architecture and how to run this and clone this better. The architecture of how this all works. You can follow the instructions on the GitHub repo or the documentation doc/MCP. I thought it's, hello, can you deploy a token for me? Thanks, choose a dummy there. And it's just smart. It knows what to do. You just Don't have to give it anything else. Okay, it uses thinking ability to think of it. Demo token initial supply. If I do this on Cloud Code or Custom, the same guide applies. So I already have my token address. Let's confirm this on the Explorer. Yeah, and we do have contracts address, which is this. And we can check more information about this. Yeah, you can see demo token, the timestamp, and more, the type of the token which was possible. Like you see a token type possible, demo token, and yeah. You can head out to scaffold-studio.app/roadmap to see our roadmap section. We have currently shipped about 80 plus tools. All contracts are deployed. This tool will actually be additional token types and more of governance stuff. Phase 3, you'll be able to publish your own templates for others to use. Lending pools and DeFi protocols though will be integrated into Stellar Studio. And more protocols such as Reflector, you'll be able to query oracles and all of the stuff with conversation. Why does this matter? This changes the way you use Stellar. No more worst requirements, no more SDK complexity, no more code. Entrepreneurs can launch and manage their tokens. Artists can create and transfer NFTs collections. Communities can run a DAO without building a deployment tool while making the entire Stellar blockchain conversational. In case you are curious what the architecture looks like, you can come to documentation/architecture, which I showed a detailed guide of how this all works. You can also visit the GitHub organization at Scaffold Studio, where I explain with mermaid diagrams and image architecture of how this all works. If you want to check the contracts too, you can head up to stellar-studio-contracts. This explains the architecture of the contract, of how this works, and of course, the testnet address too, where we deployed it. If you have any questions and you're wondering how this works, you can visit the FAQ page at scaffold-studio.app/docs/FAQ, which we answered some of the questions about wallets, registry, MCP, governance, and more. And if you feel like you have more questions, you can visit our social handle on X at scaffold_studio. Ready to command Stellar through conversation? Visit scaffold-studio.app, connect your wallet, and start talking to blockchain. All open source on GitHub, MCP service, contract, and frontend, everything. Stellar Studio, deploy and command Stellar tokens, NFTs, and DAOs through conversation.